Hello everyone, welcome back, and today we are going to try to survive up to 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore. So for this 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore, I set myself a few challenges. Now the first one is to actually take out the Ender Dragon, second one is to get the elytra, and the third one, take out the Wither. Can I survive up to 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore? I'll watch this video all the way through and find out. So here I am, day 1. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually get some wood. And then I head out and I find these animals around, so I made myself a sword and I took out some of these animals for food. So I took out some sheep, I also took out some pigs as well because yeah, I need a lot of food to survive. And then I came across this stone, so I started to actually get some stone. And then I came across this village, so I grabbed some armor from here, from these armor stands. So this is pretty good, I've already got some armor already on day 1. And then I carried on exploring, but it was getting night time, so this is my first day in Minecraft Hardcore. So the next day I come across this land just here and I thought this would be a good place to set up base. So I placed down some chests, made some stone tools and started getting some wood so I could actually make myself some fences because I wanted to get a farm set up. So I put a few fences down and I also made myself a bit of a wheat farm as well. And I came across this nether portal, so I decided to actually loot it up. I had a few bits of gold in here and obsidian and also a helmet as well. And then I found some pigs, so I brought them back to this little pen area and that's all I did for day 2. So the next day I found some more pigs and I brought them back to the pen area, so we got more pigs here now. Then I started making my house, so I used a bit of birch wood on this, and then I started making some pickaxes because I wanted to go mining. So I came across a cave with a bunch of mobs in it, so I took out some of the mobs. So I started grabbing some coal and also some stone as well, and also grabbed quite a lot of iron as well. And then I headed back to base and started working on the house. So I placed a lot of cobblestone, also some diorite as well. So the next day I got some sand so I could make some windows, so I placed this on top of the roof to make sure a bit of light can come through and also placing some windows as well. And then I wanted to go on a mining trip to grab myself loads of stone so I can actually finish off my house because I did not have enough resources. So I made myself loads of iron pickaxes and headed out. So I collected some iron, also collected some stone as well and some diorite and a few other items as well so I can actually start making my house. Also collected a bit of coal as well and now I've got a ton of items and this should be enough stuff to actually make my house. So I head back home, smelt all the items up, and then I actually harvest the sugarcane farm. And I also harvest the wheat farm and potato farm, and also fed up the pigs as well. And then I started carrying on working on my house. So I finally finished my house, so this is what my house looks like. So yeah, I've got quite a big house here, and yeah, I do quite like the outside of this, it looks kind of cool. Now let's head inside just here, let's close the door behind me here. And as you can see right here, I've got a little plant pot just here, and in this room here, I've got a little furnace room with a crafting table, and also here I am going to add some brewing stands. So let's head out of here, let's go to the next room, and in this room just here, this is my living room. This is where I'm going to relax and just just watch outside through the windows. Now let's head to the next room, and in this room just over here, this is my storage room. So I've got a few items in here where I can actually store my stuff. And in this room just here, this is my bedroom, so this is where I sleep and all that. So yeah, this is my house complete. Then I decided to grab myself some sugarcane and also get myself some dirt. And then I chopped down some trees because I was going to need lots of wood because I wanted to make some more fences so I can actually make some more farms. So this is what I did, I made some more farms so I can actually get a sheep farm. And I also made myself a bit of a path as well. So I placed some gravel down and stuff like that, also fill up some holes as well, then carried on working on the path. So the next day I got some sheep back and I also got some more sheep back as well, some orange sheep. And then I made a bit of a bigger wheat farm because I was going to need a lot more food. Right, day 19, I wanted to go on a massive mining trip to get myself diamonds and loads of iron and gold because I was going to need this stuff. So I got all my pickaxes ready and headed out and I found some lava. So there wasn't really too much here apart from some lapis. And then I found some iron and gold as well. And then I found some diamonds, this was good. And then I carried on mining and found some more diamonds. And then I came across some more, and even more. So now I got plenty of diamonds, so I made myself a pickaxe and got myself some obsidian. And then I headed out of the caves and headed home. So once I headed home, I started to make myself some diamond gear. So I made myself a chest plate. Also made myself some diamond leggings and a diamond helmet and also some diamond boots. And I also made myself some diamond tools as well. Also, I decided to make myself a nether portal as well because I wanted to come here and actually start getting some stuff from the nether. So I made the nether portal, lit it up, and then I headed through. Once I got to the other side, I spawned in like this little cave area, so I found myself a way out of here and came across this ghast. So I had to fight the ghast, so I had to fire back his fireballs, and then I realised that there was a nether fortress just down here, so this is great. Now I don't have to search around and look for one of these. So once I made myself a way inside, I started fighting some wither skeletons. Also found a few chests as well with some diamond horse armor. And I found another chest with some diamonds in. And then I found a blaze spawner, so I started grinding up some of these blazes here to get some blaze rods, because I was going to need these if I wanted to go to the end. And then I headed back home. So once I got home, I made some brewing stands because I was going to need these to make some potions. So I made myself 2 brewing stands, and then I also made myself an enchantment table as well. I also harvested up the sugarcane farm, and then I went out to get some ender pearls. So the next day I got myself some wood so I could actually make some more fences because I want to make a cow farm. So it got nighttime pretty quick, so I decided to go out and get myself some phantoms because I needed some phantom membranes to make some slow falling potions. Day 30 I headed to Nether because I wanted to get myself some more ender pearls. So I took out loads of endermoon and got myself a few ender pearls. So once I got home, I made myself some eyes of ender, but I only have 7 of them, so I have to use these wisely. So once I headed outside, I threw one of these and it headed off one direction, so that is the way I headed. So I came across this village and I did what everyone would do, and that is take everything that the village had. And then I also trapped up some of the village as well, just in case I need these guys later. But then I headed on, and then I came across another village, and I also grabbed a load of stuff from here as well. So I took all the hay bales and took a few other items as well they had in their houses. And then I threw another eye of ender, and I found myself the stronghold. I made myself a way in and I took out some creepers just here, and there it is, the end portal. So I made a way over to it, had a good look at it, and then I realised that there was a library just up behind. So I went over to the library and took a load of books from here, and then I headed back over to the portal and placed some eyes of ender in here. Now I only need 5 more eyes of ender. Today 33 I head to the nether and get myself loads of levels. So I mined some gold and also got myself some nether quartz as well, and also took out a few more endermen because I needed some more ender pearls. And then I went back to the blaze spawner and got myself some more blaze rods. So now I want to make a little place for my enchantment table, so I got rid of some grass. Then I started placing some blocks in so I can actually start making a little house for my enchantment table. I also went out and got myself a ton of flowers as well. Then I started placing loads of these flowers around next to my pig farm and also around my new little house I made for my enchantment table, and also around next to my nether portal. And now this is what it looks like. I placed tons of flowers in. I might have gone a bit crazy with the flowers, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I quite like it. Now I started making myself some bookshelves so I can actually place them inside my new little house I made for my enchantment table. So I placed down the enchantment table and placed some books around it. So I also decorated it up a little bit, and now I wanted to enchant a few things. So I had a look at my diamond sword. It had sharpness 3 on there, but I didn't want that, so I enchanted my diamond gear instead. So I got protection 3 on some of my items and also got protection 4. And then I also enchanted a pickaxe as well and got fortune 3, so this is great. So now I wanted to make myself a villager breeding farm. So I went to the village and actually cleaned up the area a little bit, placed some fences around, and also got some villagers in. And also placed tons of beds down as well. Now I had to bring a few more villagers into the breeding area because I was going to need more villagers. And now I made loads of sticks because I wanted to trade these sticks for emeralds. And then I made myself a potato farm because I wanted to be able to actually get loads of potatoes so I could actually breed up the villagers. And also get myself loads of food as well if I needed it. And once I had loads of potatoes, I started giving loads of them to the villagers so they can actually breed. Now I actually want to get myself a mending book, so I had to keep placing down his lectern and breaking it until this villager actually traded a mending book. But eventually he did, so I actually got myself a few mending books. So the next day I made myself some golden apples, and I also did some enchanting. And I also made myself an anvil so I could actually put this mending book on my pickaxe. And then it was time to go mining because I needed some more iron and also needed some coal as well. And then I found this massive ravine. It had a few diamonds down here, so that's pretty nice. So I collected myself some iron and gold, and I also collected up these diamonds as well. And then I found a skeleton spawner. So there wasn't really too much good items in the chest. There's a few bits of gunpowder, there was a CD and some melon seeds. And then I headed out of the caves and headed home. So the next day I headed to the nether because I wanted to get myself loads of levels. So I mined tons of quartz and got myself a ton of levels. So I also got myself a ton of gold as well, so I can actually make myself some golden apples. So the next day I did a bit of enchanted, got some better tools and some better armor. Also got myself a bow as well. Also headed over to the villager farm to get them some more potatoes so they can actually breed up and get more villagers. And then I headed back home and made myself a ton of golden apples. And now it is time to actually take out the ender dragon. So I got all my items ready, and this is all the items I'm going to need to take out the ender dragon. And now it is time to head off and fight the ender dragon. So I headed over to where the end is and I placed in the last ender eye. And now it is time to jump in and take out the ender dragon. eliminates the ender dragons right there. Whoa, that was close. Take out some more of these crystals. Jumping right above the ender dragon right there. It's time to load all these arrows onto the ender dragon. Let's take this ender dragon down. That's my first shot on the ender dragon. Come on, we can do this. Time to go in with the sword. Let's take out this ender dragon. Come on, we can do this. No, come back. Okay, let's go in. Come on, no. No, whoa. Come on, just a few more arrows now. Where's the last shot? Is this gonna be it? Come on, yes, there it is. Right, there it is. We took it out of the ender dragon. And then the first thing I'm going to do is actually get the XP and also collect the ender egg as well. But I am not finished here. It is time to head to the other side of the end. So I headed up to the portal area and ender pulled through. Now here I am on the other side of the end. Then I went exploring to look for an end city and I found one off in the distance. So I headed straight over to it and took out a few shulkers. Then I headed inside and had a little look around, and there's a chest just here with some diamond armor, so this is pretty good. So I took that diamond armor and then I headed to the top, and there it is, another end city off in the distance. And it looks like this one here does have an elytra. So I headed over there and took out a few other shulkers, looted up a few more chests. So I had some good pickaxes in this one. And then I headed over to the actual boat to get myself the elytra. So there it is, I took out the last shulker just there, and there it is, the elytra. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually loot up the chests. So I had a few diamonds in here, some gold and stuff like that. It's pretty good. And it's time to grab the elytra. There it is. We got the elytra. This is amazing. I also collected the ender dragon head as well. And then it's time to actually head home. So here it is. It is now time to actually leave the end. And yeah, let's go. So once I got home, I decided to actually mess with this enderman. So I took out this enderman, but this enderman's brother was not happy. And he came along and actually nearly killed me. I got super lucky and I was able to run away from the enderman. Anyway, I made myself an ender chest. Then I placed it down inside my storage area and opened it up and took out the ender dragon egg. So this is amazing. I've got the ender dragon egg and it's now time to actually build a little place for this. Right, the next day it is now time to actually make myself a little place for this ender egg. So I broke loads of flowers, placed loads of quartz in, and it is time to place in the ender egg. So there it is. I also put some glass around just to make it more protected, just in case. And yeah, there it is. It looks pretty good. And I couldn't forget about the ender dragon head, so I placed it in the item frame, and I think it looks pretty good there. And now I actually want to get myself a pet dog, so I went out and actually looked for a dog. I was able to find a wolf in the background, so I went over to it and I gave it a few bones. So now I've actually got myself a pet dog. So I brought him back home and now he sits out the front of my door. Now I also harvested up my sugarcane farm and I realised that the moon was coming up, so it was getting night time. But I wanted to go out and actually fight down some creepers because I actually needed some gunpowder. So I went out and had a little look around and took out a few creepers. So the next day I decided to make myself a horse stable. So I used loads of spruce wood for this build to place loads of spruce wood in, also placed in some fences and stuff like that as well. And yeah, I think this horse stable is done. So I went out to go get myself some horses to actually add to my horse stable. So I tamed up the black horse and I brought it back to my horse stable. Now that is one horse in the stables, but I decided to actually go out and get myself another one. So now I've actually got a brown horse as well. Right, the next day I decided to actually trade with the villagers to get myself some more mending books. Because I wanted more mending books to actually put on my armour so my armour wouldn't break. And then I made myself some shulker boxes as well and added red colour to one of them. Added a grey colour to one of them as well, and also added a blue one, and then made myself an orange one as well. Now I've got different colour shulker boxes. And then I went out and got myself loads of food because I was going to need some food. Right, now I actually want to get myself some netherite so I can actually get myself some netherite armour. So I headed to the nether, did some mining for a while, and I was able to find myself quite a lot of netherite. So once I got all the netherite I needed, I smelted it all up, and once it was finished smelting up, I grabbed all of it and then started making some netherite. I was able to make myself 8 netherite ingots, so this should be plenty. So I started turning all my armour over to netherite armour. Also did my tools as well. Right, I actually want to take out the wither, but I needed some wither skeleton heads first, so I headed to the nether and took out tons of wither skeletons, so I can actually get myself some wither heads. So there it is, 1 wither head, 2 more to go. So I was able to get these, and this took me quite a long time to actually get these wither skeleton heads, because I only had loot in 2. I was able to get myself enough wither skeleton head, and now I've actually got 3 of them. And now I should be able to take out the wither. So once I got home, I made myself tons of potions, because I was probably going to need this. Right, it is now time to take out the wither, so I had all my items ready. This was everything I was going to need to take out the wither. And yeah, and then I headed off. It is now time to actually fight the wither. So here we go, I started running off because the wither is pretty fast. I was going to use my bow a lot here because the wither was too high up to actually use my sword. So I just spammed loads of arrows at the wither.
Come on, we can do this. Keep firing these arrows.
And then I was able to get the wither down to the ground, so I started using my sword to take out this wither. But he was doing quite a lot of damage, so I threw some potions on the floor and keep fighting the wither. Also, the wither was doing so much damage to me, so I had to have a golden apple. And there it is, the wither taken out. So now I've actually got the nether star. Now I can actually make myself a beacon. So the first thing I do is actually head home. But it was night time when I got home, so I actually went to sleep. Right, it is now day 100. Here it is, day 100 on this world. So I took out this zombie for good luck. Then I headed back inside my house to actually make the beacon. So once I made the beacon, I headed outside, had a little look around for a spot I could put it, and I think there should be just good. So I removed the flowers and I placed down some iron blocks and also a gold block and placed down the beacon. There it is, we got ourselves a beacon now. So I got myself some iron so I can actually use speed 2 on this beacon. So there it is, we got speed 2 on this beacon. This has been 100 days in this world. This has been amazing. So yes guys, this is it. This is 100 days in this world. If you guys would like to see 200 days, let me know by leaving a like on this video. And hitting that subscribe button if you are new to this channel, I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, this is the end of this video and I'll see you guys all next time. Peace out.